Hello? Is this working? I hope. It works? You guys can see and hear me? I gotta pause these. Sweet. Yeah, this is kind of nerve-wracking, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I don't know why, but I don't know, I'm sure I'll get used to it. Can I pause? I gotta get used to the stream delay. Wow, Cody, thanks. So yeah, I don't know, this isn't like any special thing. I'm just gonna mess around with stuff in Logic and new ideas. Some of it's probably gonna sound super terrible, and I don't know. Yeah, I just figured since I can't play shows and shit, I'd do something to actually interact with you guys. And yeah, obviously any like questions about whatever, just ask away, because I don't actually have anything specific to do. Just make sure this is all cool. So yeah, this is like, I don't know. Sorry. I've been drinking Diet Coke because I'm tired and I need caffeine. Yeah, this is just like a tiny idea with drums right now. I don't know why it's like that. I really wish I didn't have to use headphones. But I don't think there's a way I can avoid that. How long does it usually, or how long does it take you to make one song fully complete? I mean, I think there's two parts to that. One is like how long it takes me to get an idea I want to turn into a complete song, and that, I mean, shit, that could be like a day or 3 weeks. It really depends. But when I get an idea I like, it'll probably take me, I don't know, maybe a couple days, maybe a week, something like that. I mean, to put into hours, maybe like 40-ish. Mixing and mastering is a bit of a different story because, I don't know, sometimes I'll run into roadblocks and I'll have like dug a hole or something. And like Shibui's a good example of that. I made most of that track in like a few days, and it took me like fucking ages to actually finish and like mix and master that song. I went through like 10 different kick drums over the course of like 2 months, and it's just stuff like that is what like ruins my brain. I like that Foley. But it needs chords, and I overuse these sign keys a lot. Like these are the ones that I've used in Her. Pretty sure they're in Chances. I don't know, they're in a lot of songs, either subtly or in a more forward way. don't know what I want to replace these with though. Genre? Dude, I don't even know. I like, especially when someone who like I get introduced to a new person or something, like, what kind of music do you make? And I still don't know how to answer that question. I mean, in a broad sense, it's kind of like chill indie popish music. But oh damn, sorry Rick. Yeah, I remember your tweet on Twitter. If I do end up doing this more, I'll probably end up doing it a bit earlier anyway. So yeah. Chill music, yeah. Like I was gonna say, like chill indie popish, because my music is kind of poppy. Sad dance. I thought you said dad dance for a bit. Yeah. So I usually, especially when people don't, I don't know, they're not like super familiar with, I don't know, I guess chill electronic music or electronic music in general. I usually just point to like Sirius XM and I'm like, yeah, like they have a chill electronic channel and I have some songs on there, and that kind of gets the point across at least. Why does this sound so awful? Oh yeah, this new Logic update is so awesome. I don't know why it's being really strange right now. Like this old sampler was straight up terrible and looked like it was made in 1995. Sorry, this mic's kind of in my way. What if we do this? Oh yeah, Vocalist, they came out with a new free plugin. I haven't really used this yet. And I use Shimmer on like everything. Stay is a classic Sirius XM song. Yeah, I honestly cannot believe that song is still like in rotation there. It's pretty unreal. Like that's kind of what started my relationship with them, and it's really cool that it's still on there. I mean, I'm still blown away they keep putting my songs on there in general. Like it's really awesome. I owe those guys a lot. Reverbs. Shit, I hope you guys can't hear that lawnmower. Those beats that you are playing, do you create them on your own? You mean like this? Like, is that the beat you're talking about? Your voice is just so you all know, he lives downstairs of where I currently am. Yeah, it's in this case, for drums and stuff, I don't, at least for kicks and snares, I don't really use loops. For percussion stuff, I usually go crazy with loops, and like, I guess I can get into what's in this tiny little idea. But yeah, for the most part, for like kicks and snares, I'll just load up. So like if this was a totally blank project, I just do this, load up an empty instance of battery, and then duplicate that 3 times, and do kick, snare, pat. And then I'll just drag, I'll go through my samples like let's do Oliver's new one, for instance. And I'll go through and find the ones I like. Why are these distorted? And just drag them all in. So that's really, I feel like these shouldn't be. Oh, I guess. Sorry, I don't know why that sounds so weird. But yeah, anyway, I'll give myself these like options, and then I'll do the same for claps and snares, and I'll just drag a whole bunch in from, I don't know, sample packs or whatever I've used in the past, and then from there, I just kind of start crafting stuff. So in this case, it's this kick, this top kick. I think these are both actually from within Battery. And yeah, so that's kind of how I start. But this doesn't have a bass layer kick. Jeez, all right. I still don't even remember where this kick is from. Like, this was for some reason I made this. I don't even make samples that often, but this was in some folder I had of samples I made, and it's such a, as the title states, a perfectly punchy kick. Hold on. Sorry, I'll answer the questions, but I have a strong desire to add in like a 909 like housey open hi-hat with this like high pass kick section. Oh, it's muted. Kind of cheese, but I don't know. I'm always super into that, like this kind of sound. Which song are you most proud of, or like to listen to, or like the most to listen to? I don't honestly enjoy listening to any of my songs. I don't listen to my music really after they come out. Like, even like once the song's done and leading up to release, sometimes I'll go back and like listen through something just to kind of, I don't know, like reflect on it a bit, or like listen to it as a whole. But it's like the second it hits Spotify, it's like it never existed, and I can't listen to it. But I guess in terms of being proud of a song, it's a good question. I'm pretty proud of that one summer, just because, and like I'm not, I'll be the first to admit I'm not a good guitar player, like, and I'm not super skilled, and I'm not great at coming up with things, but that was one of the more, at least for me, one of the more creative sort of like guitar riffs that comes in the second half of that drop. So I'm pretty proud of that, and Shibui as well, because that was kind of I don't know, I stepped to the side a bit and did something a little different. Just that kind of, like, it's pretty housey and doesn't have any like primary melodies. Well, besides that hook in the drop, but as far as like vocal chops and things, like it's all a pretty simple track, which I struggle with sometimes. If you had $2K to spend on any synth, man, what would I get? I don't even know how much are what's it called? Hold on, I'm looking it up quick. Because that's the thing. Like I have ideas of how much these things cost, but I feel like some of them are more expensive than I'm remembering. How much is this? 2,000 exactly. It looks like. Oh no, that's not right. No, it's a little more. I'd probably get the Prophet 12 just because. To be honest, I don't even know how it sounds. I just know that a lot of people I like use them, and it's also a nice looking synth. But shit, to be honest, I struggle to convince myself to use this Miniwog, and it's kind of more of a MIDI controller than anything else at this point. So I don't think I deserve to spend that money. Do you get sick of an idea because you've listened to it too many times? How do you get over that? All the time. It's in the past, because I mean, it still happens to me, but in the past, that would kind of discourage me, and I would stop. Like, I'd kind of throw the idea away, but I think because I've been doing this for so long, I guess my judgment's a bit better, so I guess I've gotten better at distinguishing whether I'm sick of it just from over listening or no, what's the best way to word this? I guess I've gotten better at realizing that just like I'm only sick of it because I've heard it so much, but it's still an idea that I know is good that I should continue working on, you know? So I don't really know how to combat that though. I'd say maybe like working faster, but at the same time, everyone works differently. That's a good question. Because I mean, I do still struggle with that. I don't know. I want to give you a better answer for that, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I guess take comfort in the fact that I think most people do have to deal with that. It's just, I think you become better at recognizing that it's still worth finishing. Yeah, that's too cheese. I can't actually do that, but I'll keep it there just in case. Oh, shit. Sorry. What, Jundi? Yeah, I guess that's kind of the downside to me using Restream. Yeah, so I'm using Restream because I personally like Twitch a lot more, just like as someone who does watch streams, and but at the same time I've never used it and I don't have any like following on there, so I figured at least for this first stream I'd do Restream so it's on both. Yeah, but if this becomes more of like a consistent thing I do like once a week or something, I'll probably like pick a platform and stick to it, but we'll see. I love you too, man. I'm glad you're here. It's honestly cool that, yeah, anyone here is watching, so, or anyone is here and watching. I'm sorry if I seem a little uncomfortable or if this isn't like super interesting, but obviously I'm still trying to figure out the ropes here, and I don't know how to kind of balance things so it's not boring, but I'm also not just staring at my computer ignoring everyone. I struggle with kick drums so much, and I half the time I think it's just because I'm crazy and I just want a different kick drum sound even though the one I'm using is fine. Yeah, this is too low. Oh, the other day I actually, yeah, I sampled part of like I don't know, a bass from the mini log I have to import into Serum. Well, what is happening? I feel like this shouldn't be sounding the way it is. What's the menu? Oh yeah. All right, there we go. It's like analog without having to use it. I don't think. Yeah, I'm not down with those keys. How did you decide on the name Adam? Is that part of your real name? It is not. Honestly, I wish. Yeah, I don't have some like nice artistic story behind it. I was walking home super late one night, many years ago, and I mean, this was when I still had like one SoundCloud follower and no one had ever listened to my music. And I think at the time my computer had just crashed, so I had to reset everything, and I lost all the stuff I'd been working on. It's like, okay, I'm gonna make a new name. And yeah, I don't know, I was just spacing out walking home, and that name like Adam sounded cool. And yeah, I made a Gmail account. I went to bed, and then like, I don't know, a month or two later, I won 2 consecutive remix contests as Adam, and now, yeah, so that kind of decided it for me. I don't have like necessarily a special attachment to it, but yeah, I mean, I like it. I mean, my view on names is that, and this is just me personally, and I overthink everything, but all names are kind of weird until you get some credibility behind them. Like Lewis the Child. Yeah, like that's a really weird name. Like, I don't know. But at the same time, I don't think twice when I say it or read it now, because like whenever I think of that name, I just think of 2 dudes who are extremely talented and make very good music. I'm trying to think if there's anyone else. I don't know. I'm sure there's plenty, but yeah, that's kind of my view on names. You're my favorite artist? Dude, I'm flattered to have that title, to be honest. I don't know. It's crazy to me that I could even be someone's favorite artist, because I don't know. I'm sheltered in my own little studio on my computer and still feel very small. You're doing great. I hope you do this often. Thank you. That's actually nice to hear. I don't necessarily want to be like a streamer, but I mean, since I can't play shows, which I mean, and I also don't particularly like using social media too much. Just, I don't know, it stresses me out and gives me a lot of anxiety, but this is kind of, I don't know, this seemed like a good way to still have like some interaction with people. And I mean, much better than trying to like think of clever shit to post on social media. Like, this is a lot more enjoyable. I'm not really into this. Oh yeah, I forgot I had these other parts though. I guess that kind of just shows the importance of the stuff you have surrounding the basics. I like the idea of this hi-hat, but I wish I probably have one that's kind of housey, but isn't as obvious, if you know what I mean. I mean, they're obviously the same sample, but this one has a softer attack on it. Man, it's pretty awesome how much just this, like, these two atmospheric parts add. Because, like, this, like, that's super boring to me. I'm not, like, into that at all, but bringing these two in just, like, changes it. Do you play DJ sets or do live performance? Up until last year, I only did DJ sets, partly because I mean, I didn't even really have the music to do like live performances. Because I mean, the EP gave me a little bit more material, but until this album, I don't know, because at least for me, I guess, I feel like using the guitar as much as I have has given me a lot more opportunity, like, to actively do things on stage. And because I don't know, I guess I've never really gotten too far into that, like, Ableton push, like doing like stuff with clips or whatever on the fly. So I'm working on that a bit more. But yeah, up until then, I had only done stuff like shows in like Serato. And now, yeah, I mean, I guess I've only done it like, I don't know, three or four times. Like the live performance thing where I'll play all the guitar parts and improvise some and play the key parts I can. And actually, when I opened for Autograph last September, it was like a hybrid. So like because it was in like a club setting, and I wasn't sure if they were gonna, because I know they were on like a live performance tour, but I think I found out kind of last minute that they were actually gonna do a DJ set instead. So yeah, I made like a hybrid set where I did play like some cool dance songs and stuff that weren't mine, but I mixed those with my tracks, and when my tracks came on, I'd play parts with them. Is that an LFO or sidechain? Yeah, it's the. Right now, I'm using Kickstart. I've kind of cycled through a lot of different like sidechaining techniques. Up until last year, I like strictly used a compressor, and I know I still do sometimes. Like I know I actually watched what's his name, Oliver Vaughn from Oliver, because he did a little Twitch stream like 2 weeks ago or something. And yeah, he uses FabFilter Pro C2 for his sidechaining. But yeah, then I switched to using LFO Tool for a bit, and then I found I liked Kickstart's interface a lot more. So without it, but then you bring it in, and you get that cool pumping. Well, hold on. Oh, what's up, Glenn? I remember your YouTube comments. I was actually like, it was super cool to see that someone that young, I guess, is into my music. Because I worked at a before and after school program for like 5 years. So yeah, I mean, my job revolved around hanging out with kindergarten through 6th grade. And I guess I just have trouble like imagining those kids that I worked with, like them listening to my music. So it's cool to me. Um, I started playing the drums when I was 12, 13, something like that. However old you are in like 7th grade. And I didn't start making electronic music until, I don't know, like 18. But then I didn't start taking it seriously until I was, I don't know, like halfway through college. So like 20, 21-ish. I got like a bit of a later start than most people. I don't actually want this second chord progression. Oh, whoops. I don't know if I want this to be like a weird sub or not. Because I don't know. I either keep it really simple like this or do something. Because, yeah, it's funny. Where are you? Because, like, in Her, you have this, like, lovely, pleasant, like, super nice sounding song, but the bass, like, the sub underneath it is actually this, like, sort of filthy, dirty bass. So, yeah, this is the bass on Her, and it's just low passed pretty heavily, but like this is without any EQ, and it's just disgusting. So yeah, if you can't tell, I'm really into like weird sort of Foley percussion. I'm trying to remember where this came from. Well, whatever that is. And these are actually pitched way down. I think these are just side sticks. Yeah. And then I have this on to take off the reverb. Or at least the tail of it. But pitched down, they get kind of like clucky and cool sounding. It's a little too much reverb. Oh, here, I have like this like really bootleg camera setup. I mean, it looks nice because I'm using my DSLR, but I didn't want to buy like a $200 capture card just to be able to try this out. So it's this like bootleg thing where it's using this remote program that Sony made, and the only way that it like works all right, and I guess the focus stays on me really well is if I have it recording video from this remote. Well, now the focus is messing up. Like from this remote program, but this can only hold 30 minutes of video. So I have to go in here and stop it every so often so it doesn't. Oh no. Okay, that's better. And seriously, like as far as questions and stuff, you can like ask whatever. I'm just chilling, and while I may not be the most informed person on the planet about everything music, I'm happy to share what I know. I think I like it that high. I see your tweet, Zach. I appreciate that. To be honest, if anything, like, I don't know, I've been struggling with, I don't know, motivation and creativity lately. So this kind of forces me to open Logic and start new things or play around with it. And because, yeah, I don't necessarily want to work on things that are getting close to done, because I feel like if you guys watch like a 2 or 3 hour stream of me working on these songs that are about to release, you're going to be burnt out on them by the time I put them out, and you'll be just like me, where you won't want to even listen to it. Oh. What does this need? I don't know what I want to do with this. I mean, I obviously need some kind of melody, but I don't know if I want to do vocals. This will give me an excuse to play with Logic's new sampler.
Still, I need fly away. I can feel. Go back to.
Nah, I don't like that.
Baby, you love.
Yeah, so let's just do this.
Love, love.
Toss on Valhalla Shimmer. Yeah, so this is like the second I put any vocals into a song, this is basically my exact process. It's like vocals, little altar boy, EQ, and then Valhalla Shimmer, and that's kind of my default channel strip to like test things out. I don't even know what key this is in. G, I guess. I don't know if the sampler works like it puts the samples in key or not. No. Need to fix this. There, that way it won't bounce around if I play it on this. I know, it's like, this sounds nice, but it's kind of that, like, overplayed, like, I don't know, DJ Snake-ish vocal chop. Maybe it should be deeper. I don't think this is going to go anywhere, to be honest. I want it to be something that's like more of a phrase.
You love, baby, huh?
Man, I don't know. See, this is why, I don't know, this is kind of what I struggle with. I want this to stay entertaining, but there's like a lot of unexciting things that go into, like, especially new song ideas. I'm trying to remember if I have, see if I have any other early projects I can mess with. Man, sometimes I name my projects stupid things. Like, that project's name is so bad. Oh, I wish I had better new things to mess with. Hey, whatever. For now, I'll stick with this. I'll try and force myself to do something with it. I guess I don't know. I don't know what kind of song I want to make. Like, this is pretty boring right now. Maybe it's the bass line. This isn't G, right? Yeah. Why is YouTube giving me a warning? Is it like everything look okay? For some reason, YouTube's giving me some weird warning about my bitrate. I don't know. Hopefully the stream is in a decent enough resolution. Okay, cool. Let's just do some like big descending melody. It's probably gonna sound stupid, but I'm gonna try it. I don't like that C. Where did the organ-like pads go? Oh, so yeah, sorry. Yeah, and funnily enough, it's actually just like a sine wave. So catchy. I'm glad. See, I kind of, well, not kind of. I agree, but for some reason this sounds familiar, and I'm worried I'm ripping something off. Like that stream where Deadmau5 made like the melody from Sandstorm. But I don't know, this happens all the time. I'm gonna roll with it for now because I think it's a good starting point for something. I think I just want something higher. Okay, yeah, stay there. No, that's not what it needs. It's back. Yeah, I'm guessing this is what you were talking about, right? I hope. And I think the interesting thing, yeah, its distortion is coming from the filter. Like I don't actually have any dedicated distortion on this. Because otherwise it's just like straight up sine waves. Then with some chorus. Oh yeah, I forgot to put supermassive on here. I still have to play with that. Oh Jesus. Get rid of this hat for now. Maybe just. That's why. By the way, is like the level, like difference between my voice and what's coming from Logic, like is it okay or is there a big difference? Because I guess I was scared of like blasting people's ears whenever I start playing something on here. It's okay? Okay, that's good. Just, yeah, please don't hesitate to let me know if anything's weird, whether it's like my camera or any audio, because I'm still kind of just winging this. See, like I said, right now I'm thinking about this kick drum, and I think it's kind of fine, but I also really want to change it. We're gonna leave it. I want this to be like really washed out. Maybe even a bit more distorted. Okay, perfect. That's good to know. I did try to do that a little bit because, or at least to have it balanced that way, so I was a little bit louder. What was I doing? Oh, distortion for this lead. All right, let's test out Supermassive again. That way we can still hear your process. Cool. All right. Well, so far I'm honestly surprised that, I guess, from like the technical aspects here, this is going fairly smooth. And a tiny bit, I'm gonna have to get up and replace my camera batteries. All right, let's see what you can do, Supermassive. I think this might be a little too intense, actually. I love it. It's just, yeah, I think it's a little unnecessary. I mean, I'm sure there's smaller things, or smaller sounds that come from this, but hey, let's test it. I don't want that much. Maybe it's the distortion I don't like. I don't mind that. I'm still not totally sold on the way this sounds, but I don't know how I'd want to change it. Maybe I could add something even lower. That is not the right thing to do. And let's just see what else I'm sitting on here. I don't think that's right either. This is actually the lead I used. Yeah, in the end, like at the section at the end of Chances, and then during the bridge, like at the end of the first drop and during the bridge, that little delayed sine wave. What was I trying to do? Kind of want to see what else I can do with this. I don't think this is gonna work, but no, that's not right. Maybe I could have it go even lower, because I don't know if... I think starting and ending on the root note of this key might be a little boring. That's not right. No, that doesn't work either. Well, you win some, you lose some. I'm still not totally sold on it, but... This lead sounds better for it anyway. Alright, so what should my next step be? Because I don't want to just sit on this. Any advice for someone who's about to release their first remix? Do you mean... I don't know, can you specify what kind of advice? Do you mean like promotion-wise or in terms of finishing the remix? Because I don't want to, I guess, give you advice you're not actually looking for. We can ease this in. I don't know how I feel about this. Promotion wise, it's a good question. Also, I don't mean this in a bad way, but did you just wait a while to respond to that, or is there? Yeah, I guess I'm only asking because I'm wondering if there's like a huge stream delay here. Because if that's the case, that would, I know it's kind of a deal breaker for restream, to be honest, because I don't know, it makes this feel a lot more disconnected. Anyway, yeah, for promotion. Oh, it's for 7 Lions. Man, I love 7 Lions. That dude is so good. I guess it kind of depends on. I mean, I'm guessing is it kind of like a chill thing? Just because. I mean, I guess my advice is kind of applicable to everything, but I'd say your best bet is to just look up. I don't want to say small, but just, I don't know, mid-range YouTube channels or SoundCloud channels. I would say blogs, but I don't know. I never really had much luck with that, and I'm not too familiar with that world, but I know in my case, like, because I entered the Chromeo remix contest I won, I sent it to a few places, and I got, man, okay, yeah, then that's a pretty, sorry, because like I just saw your message, and that's a pretty dodgy amount of screen delay. I'm not into that. All right, well, I'll probably end up doing this again, and hopefully I can figure it out by then. He was actually my all-time favorite artist till I discovered you. That's it's incredible. I honestly don't think I deserve to be in a spot above him, but that's incredibly flattering. Anyway, yeah, so for that remix, because this is when I had like 4 SoundCloud followers, and I sent it to like a few just sort of mid-level ones and even big ones, like I think, yeah, like I just said, Suicide Sheep turned me down for that remix before he uploaded Glow. But I can't remember who it was, but I think 1 or 2 like mid-level SoundCloud channels ended up biting and uploading it. And honestly, I think that's kind of your best bet. Because I want to be helpful, but at the same time, I promotion, that whole world's kind of tricky. Because to be honest, a lot of it is like who you know, like with, I don't know, basically everything, I guess. But yeah, I don't know. I basically, yeah, I mean, send it around to relevant places and just keep it brief and hope for the best. To be honest, that's that's really what I did. Lily. Andrew KP, that is really nice to read. That's I don't know, that's really cool. I guess yeah, I'm used to hearing from a lot of people who've been listening to my music for a while, so it's really nice to hear that like you like the album so much too. That's really great. I hopefully it made you cry good tears though. I at least for Discovery. On Twitch, they show latency to broadcaster, and for me, it's always between 5 to 6 seconds. Oh, okay, 5 to 10 seconds isn't that bad. I guess I was worried it was like 30 seconds or something stupid like that. I'm only asking because I'm tragically introverted. Dude, my, you're preaching to the choir. My Twitter bio is literally, it says like professional introvert or some shit like that. Like, that is the definition of my life. I'm the exact same way. I never want to like send people things or ask them to do things. It's something I'm constantly battling because like that's why I'm bad with social media. I mean, I guess it's not totally like relevant in that sense because I think a lot of introverted people are more comfortable with like social media, but my mine does. I don't work like that. I'm just as hesitant about posting things and whatnot. So yeah, alone in our own homes. That's the thing. Like this room is my paradise. I'm either in here doing this or bring the Xbox out and I don't know, load up whatever. Recently it's been Call of Duty and Minecraft. Okay, where was I? This is one thing I'm gonna have to get used to. It's like I want to keep making progress so this stays interesting, but it is kind of difficult with starting and stopping, I guess, because I'm just kind of used to trying to get in like a flow. But at the same time, don't take that as like any type of hint to stop asking me things. That's the most fun part about doing this for me. I don't like that. I copy this over. I'm not even kidding. So I've probably spent like, I don't even want to add it up, like so many thousands of hours using this program. And I know a lot of key commands and I don't know, even some like obscure ones. And I'm not even kidding. It was I think it was yesterday. I finally just learned that Command R duplicates the region. Before I would always select it, copy it, then paste it. Same with MIDI. Like in here, I'd always go through and meticulously copy and paste things, but like you just delete this and do Control R and duplicate it, and I don't want to think about the amount of time I've wasted. What other leads do I have? I could try the lead from Way You Move. Or not. Oh, I forgot. Massive X doesn't work. It doesn't work yet in this new Logic Pro update. So yeah, I actually, because I was scared of that happening. So whenever I update Logic, I copy the old Logic to an external hard drive, update on here, and then drag the old one back so I have both versions. So anything that doesn't work, I can just open in the old Logic. Dude, that's awesome. Yeah, I guess, yeah, in a sense, I don't know. It can kind of seem like a mystical process, like starting out, just because I know there's so much information and it's. So yeah, I mean, I guess what I'm trying to say is I'm glad that this is helpful, and hopefully it's kind of making this like process a bit more relatable, like because even I will sit here and just yeah be really indecisive and pound my head wondering if this is good or go through sounds, and I feel like most people have to deal with that to a degree. Let's see if I can find a vocal phrase to add in, because sometimes even some little phrase can totally spark something for me. Excuse me. Do it. I don't want a chance.
Talking to myself and I can't focus. Yeah, I'm broken. The door is closing. Wanna be a part of something.
Oops.
Wake me. I didn't lose you. I'm lost. I don't know. I don't know why. I don't know. Talk to me. Don't know what I'm missing. I dove into the deep end. Didn't wanna be la la. Tell me yes. I wanna put you in my. You're my safety. Seeing us. You see. I feel safe in your arms. I don't wanna keep on second guessing.
I actually use that phrase in another song I'm working on, but I like that one. You know, let's test this out because I'm still adjusting to using this, but this is so cool. Like, because before when I mean, I guess up until now, for vocal chops, even to like test stuff out, I'd have to do this, like drag the file in, go through, do these individual chops, and put fades on them, and then turn it into this sampler instrument. And even in that case, like those individual like chopped regions, that was like set in stone in that instrument. And yeah, now in Logic with this update, you can just drag it over, it'll throw it in here, you can hit slice, like change the sensitivity, and now it's all mapped to each key. And what I just discovered, or I guess I didn't discover it, I watched a video on it. Let me clean this up quick. You can actually convert this into like a drum track, I think. I haven't done this yet. Yeah. And then you can alter the pitch of every single one of those little slices. Oh, my camera keeps trying to refocus? Okay. Thank you for letting me know. I think, all right, yeah, my battery's really low. Let me switch this out quick. Is that any better? Dude, no, I'm serious. I almost regret saying anything about like the flow here because I'm not doing this to yeah, essentially like show me working in Logic. Like this is, it's way more entertaining for me to like interact with people and like, yeah, all you guys who are here. So like, don't hesitate to ask any questions or especially tell me if any technical things are messing up. Oh shit. D-Brow, you're here. The legend. I'm not a legend. But I'm glad you could make it to the stream. Sorry, the only reason I paused for a bit because I was trying to remember if the first name on your Twitter account was Nick, because I didn't want to say D-Brow. And I think that's right, isn't it? I don't know, you'll have to let me know. Oh, that's really loud. Okay, is the camera good now? I think that should have fixed it. Anyway, yeah, just let me know. A feedback session. Yeah, I guess. I honestly never even considered it or realized that was much of a thing. But that all that says is that I live too much in my own world. But yeah, I don't see why not. I don't know when, but I think that would be something pretty interesting to do. What was I doing? Oh, vocals. Even doing this though, I think this was supposed to be more of an example. I don't want to do like straight up vocal chops. I still like them and they sound good, but I'm pretty over it. Oh, these are one shots. What do I do? Oh, okay. D-Brown Nick, that's right. Okay. I knew Nick was in there somewhere. Yeah, D-Brow rolls off the tongue. I'll give you that. I'm usually very shy. Yeah, man, I'm with you. I'm still shy about sharing my music. Like, if I have to like text it or I guess email my music to anyone at like labels or whatever, I'm still like freaking out when I send stuff. And until I get like that first, I guess, I don't know, like I get confirmation that it is in fact like decent, then I really chill out, but I'm still very, very uptight about sharing new things. But don't worry, like if I ever do a feedback thing, like I'm not like, I won't be an asshole. Because like even with me, like I'm a fragile artist who doesn't like my music being like totally shit on. Like if it's bad, I'd rather them just say like it's not for me. But no, I'll make if when I guess I do feedback, I will be constructive and helpful and like it'll be easy. Like it won't be scary. What was I doing? Oh, vocal chops. Now my computer's really lagging. Why are you lagging?
La la la.
All right, I'm not even doing this. This is a waste of time. I just want to find a cool phrase that's like.
I don't wanna fall in love. I just
Maybe
wanna
we can just
have
use that like love. Whoever this is has like such an amazing voice. There's always gonna be haters. Yeah, like that's like I guess I've never understood that, you know? Like I don't know, so many things are like just really subjective and like I guess I don't understand the point of like publicly like shitting on things that like you don't like or like a song or something. Like I don't know, I can't think of any examples, but like I don't know, I guess I wish more people were just like I don't personally like this. That doesn't mean it's bad. I just don't like it. Like I feel like a lot more people would get along that way. Oh yeah, I was gonna take love.
I don't wanna fall in love.
I like that love.
I just wanna have some fun, yeah. I don't wanna fall in love. I just wanna have some fun.
I really like that melody, but I don't. This isn't really the kind of song that needs lyrics like I just want to have some fun.
I just wanna have some fun, yeah.
Well, either way, I'm gonna do this actually. I'm gonna get like a few options to play around with. Box love. Because actually, yeah, this is actually something I do more often than what I guess I'm currently doing. We're just cycling through individual things. I'll spend like 5 or 10 minutes just I don't know searching through these things, and if anything even seems like it might work, I'll just drag it in, and then I'll have a whole bunch of options here just to quickly play with, so I don't have to kind of break up the process more. Oh. Hold on. Oh shit. Sorry, Zach, if you're still here, I'm sorry. I haven't checked my phone and your tweet from 23 minutes ago I just saw right now. They're just trying to get a rise out of people. Yeah, it's just I don't know. I agree with you. It's really easy to just be confrontational on the internet. Can you talk about the label artist relationship for you and what the process was like with the new album from a business production? That's a good question. I mean, actually, yeah, funnily enough, I got this in the mail, and I feel I grew up skateboarding, so obviously the dream is always to get more comfortable. The dream is to get like sponsored, so now this is like my first free shirt, so I feel like I achieved that childhood dream of being a sponsored skater, except in this case it's a label I release music on. But yeah, I mean, as far as a relationship, it's I don't know. I think I can only speak from my experiences, and I guess at least with Lowly, I've never had a bad experience with the label, and I mean, obviously some have been a little better than others, but at the same time, like yeah, I've never like walked away and been like, wow, that was like a really messed up experience. But with Lowly, it's I mean, I guess it's part of the reason I like it so much is because it's pretty casual in a sense, just in that um, I have a lot of like autonomy. I'm also not signed to Lily, like long term. I should add. I mean, it's sort of like I don't know, a handshake agreement. Like, you like my music, I like working with you guys, so let's just keep doing it. But yeah, it's pretty casual in the sense that like they give me a lot of autonomy, and they're not really, or they don't, I guess. I mean, they don't like tell me what I should be making, and they're very um, like they work with me really well, and are flexible about stuff. And like for instance, um, they actually linked me up with Luma, who's on I Don't Want That. And so I mean that obviously wouldn't have happened without them. But yeah, I guess for this, let me reread the question because I get off track a lot. I'm really good at rambling about nothing. So I guess so with this new album, I can't remember if it was my idea or theirs for the album, but yeah, it was like a month or two after I released that EP, and yeah, I don't know, the idea hit me, and I had a few like work in progress songs that I liked, and they also liked, and it was like, okay, well, shit, I'm gonna make an album. And I guess as things progressed, it was like more of the, I guess, specific goals were kind of being discussed. Like at some point we talked about vocals, and we wanted to make sure there were at least a few songs with vocals, which is how, or part of the reason why I got linked up with Luma. And but beyond that, it was more or less just like a vague sort of, like let's shoot for like 10 songs and 9 or 10 songs and like 2 or 3 songs with vocals, and we'll go from there. And they just kind of let me do my thing and helped if I asked. And then we just planned the single release, and yeah, like it's not like super exciting, and they're not, I guess, like running, like they're not like really dictating how I do everything. They're just helping me out. And I guess in this case, I've only mentioned it on Twitter, but they do, like, we did finally get a music video made, which will be coming out in a few weeks, I imagine. So I'm really excited about that. Sorry, I know that was kind of a long answer, but it's, I guess, kind of an in-depth question. Sorry. Congratulations, you've received 100 messages today with Restream Chat. Dang, you guys make me feel so popular. Who is your favorite female vocalist? I can't even answer that, man. Yeah, I honestly, I don't know. Like, I can't give a good answer. Let me make sure I didn't miss anything here. Have you ever used any other programs such as Fruity Loops? Yeah, so I started using Ableton like however many years ago, and then here, I'm actually going to do this while I answer questions. Just so this isn't like dead silence and me talking. Like, hopefully this isn't some like weird copyright flag thing either. I'll just have like some background music happening. Yeah, so I started using Ableton, and then I tried out Cubase, and then I actually only switched to Logic because my friend at the time who I started working with used it. And since then, that's all I've used, except for live stuff, I do use Ableton. It's just a lot easier for me to do that. Oh, what's up, Mike? It's awesome to see you in here. Sorry about your board meeting, though. That's not too eventful. Or maybe it is. I don't know. Can we just take a minute to appreciate how good this song is? This is All Right by Tycho. And this specific part is like the greatest thing I've ever heard in my life. This part right here. Like, that is just straight like bliss. Sorry, I was a bit of a tangent. Not as eventful as a day in the studio. True, although the only reason this day is eventful in the studio is because I'm doing this. Otherwise, I would, yeah, have my eyes half open, kind of just like head tilted, staring at the screen, wondering what I should do with my life. Oh shit, you guys couldn't even hear that. All right, that just see me vibing out to a song you can't hear. Maybe let me check something. Like, is it, I want to see if it's because of OBS or if it is just like copyright stuff. Oh, let me try this. Yeah, it's definitely a routing issue because I don't see it showing up in the meters. I don't want to waste like I don't want to bore you guys trying to figure this out, but I feel like it has to be something super easy. Like, what am I missing here? Yeah, you're right. Copyright systems aren't that advanced. Let me try this. Streaming up?